Hey, Jacob here from Firebrand Astrology Tarot and Healing. This is a reading for Monday the 6th of November through to Sunday the 12th of November 2017. So last week I was pretty accurate because I said about the sex scandals, and Kevin Spacey's been in the news this week, hasn't he, about last week about what he's been up to. And here in the UK, a couple of prominent Tory MPs have been involved in similar things as well. So there you go. On Monday, we have Mercury has moved into Sagittarius now. So a little bit of the Scorpio energy is easing up a little bit, but that's going to change because Venus is going to go into Scorpio this week. So with the Sun, Venus and Jupiter being in Scorpio this week, the Sun has gone over Jupiter now, so that is dissipating a little bit. So when the Sun was on Jupiter, things were amped up and expanded, and that's moving away now. So there will still be issues of sex scandals and things around that in the news and stuff around sexual orientation and all kind of Scorpio 8th house stuff is going to be very much in the news still, and I would imagine that things are going to build to a head in several places, one of which is America and Donald Trump, with things building to a head there in terms of his presidency. Tuesday we have the moon in Cancer, so the moon has been in Gemini, it's moving into Cancer now, which is more water energy. This means that basically we have a lot of emotions going around, and the emotions of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They're there. Scorpio emotions are very deep and meaningful and very, very, very deep. Pisces emotions are more wishy-washy and dreamy, and Cancer's emotions are more kind of around kind of sensitivities and stuff like that. So we also have a square building between Mars and Pluto. So this is Mars in Libra and Pluto in Capricorn. Things are going to be building as the week goes on, and as Mars moves to an exact square with Pluto, things are going to be building up in terms of power struggles and politics and the kind of energy between the people and the governments and stuff like that. So we much more in the news about income inequality and the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, and economic struggles and all of that, and power struggles like in Spain between the government and the Catalans who want to be their own regional government. In the UK, with I can see in the next few weeks that the government are going to lose their majority because MPs will have resigned, and Theresa May or whoever is going to have to deal with it and can't be seen as brushing it aside. So there's going to be all those kind of struggles going on, and Venus moves into Scorpio on Tuesday. So by the time we get into Wednesday, the moon is in Cancer and it's going to join the square very briefly between Mars and Pluto. Thankfully, Uranus is out of the equation, which is good because when we had the Pluto-Uranus square that was going on for ages, and I think we had Jupiter as well in Libra at that point. It wasn't much fun. So that's that kind of thing that's what's going on. We have Jupiter just at 6 degrees of Scorpio, so that is making its journey slowly through Scorpio. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. On kind of Thursday, the moon moves into Leo. There's nothing in Leo at the moment. There's nothing in Virgo at the moment. So the moon is going to be getting ready to square Venus, Jupiter, and the Sun in Scorpio, which is just going to add to the other energies that are going on. When we get to Friday and Saturday, the moon is in Leo, and the moon will finally move into Virgo on Sunday. And Mercury will be going well into Sagittarius. Mercury's ahead of the Sun now. We all know what happens. When Mercury begins to move ahead of the Sun, it means that it's moving to retrograde. So Mercury is preparing, and probably, I think, if I get our check for next week's reading, Mercury is about to enter shadow period time. Okay, and when Mercury enters shadow, that's the beginning of a retrograde period, because Mercury will be in shadow. And what that means is Mercury, say for example, will go retrograde at 20 degrees of Sagittarius, and it will move all the way backwards to 6 degrees of Sagittarius before moving forwards again. So when Mercury reaches 6 degrees of Sagittarius, which is a degree it's going to move back to, that is the shadow time. That's when it starts, because it's going to go move forwards, move backwards, and move forwards again. So things between, say, 6 and 20, if that's the degrees where it affects, will see Mercury pass over 3 times. So that's why it's called shadow, because it kind of goes over again, and goes over again. It's like having a mock exam. The exam, you don't fail it, you don't pass the exam, so you do it again. And that's it, really. I do the card. I will be shortly moving my YouTube channel, so I'm starting up a new YouTube channel because I am going to officially be doing astrology and tarot readings for people and intuitive readings for people officially. But that'll be, I can do that now, but officially from the 1st of January I'll be doing that as my income earner, one of my income earners. But I will have a website and a YouTube channel with the name Firebrand. So, communication, okay, so communication, Mercury, Hermes. So, communication. This week we see Mercury moving to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius is the optimistic sign of the zodiac, so we need to be communicating more optimistically, communicating optimistically with ourselves, with our inner talk, with the talk that we tell ourselves, and with what we say to other people and our message that we give out. So yesterday, as you can tell from my voice is a bit croaky today. I went out last night, had a social night out, and I saw a friend of mine, and we were talking about the future and what's happening. I mean, I'm being made redundant at the end of this year, and just talking about my own personal development, his development, and stuff like that. And he said, the universe doesn't know you bear unless you wave at it. So you need to be waving at the universe basically this week. You need to be stating your intentions and telling people who you are and what you're about and being optimistic about it, because Mercury is in Sagittarius. It's going to move into Sagittarius, which is a sign of the optimist, and it is building up to go retrograde. So at some point we're going to be going over these messages again to see if they're congruent. And as I always say, every day I learn and grow to support me to the place in my heart and soul wants to go. Every day I learn and grow to support me to the place my heart and soul wants to go. Every day I learn and grow to support me to the place my heart and soul wants to go. Awesome, thank you.